Hi guys, Cheryl Willis coming at you with a whole bunch of information on the entire Southeast Valley in the greater Phoenix area. We are covering an entire series. If you missed last week, we talked about Gilbert, and today we're going to talk about the most affordable part of the Southeast Valley. It's called the city of Maricopa. Now, Maricopa is actually in Pinal County, which is just the furthest part of Pinal County, just outside of like Chandler, Ahwatukee. Let me pull up a map. I want you to see what the traffic looks like too, so you can really get a good idea. Last week we talked about Gilbert, and let me tell you, Gilbert has so many amazing things for families, but it is a little pricey and not everybody's budget. The best part about Maricopa is it has all these amazing things for families and it's super affordable. So let's take a look again where it's located and what's going on with the traffic. It's a little after 4 o'clock on a weekday here. As you can see, our freeway system is starting to get a little bit like, I don't want to say like California by any means. I know that Houston has even worse traffic than we do. But let me tell you, if you live here, you can feel it. We certainly have grown, and we stand to grow another 1,000,000 people in less than 7 years. So you're going to want to make sure you pay very close attention to traffic no matter where you buy. Now, the Maricopa area that we're looking at, the Maricopa area, this right here, this is the city of Maricopa. And as you can see, the proximity to Chandler and Gilbert. And although it looks relatively close on a map, I'm going to be honest with you, it is only 22 miles from this point right here to Chandler. So if you are driving on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're heading up to Chandler for the closest Costco, it is going to be about a 35-minute drive. But if you work in Chandler, you're going up to work at 8 a.m. and coming back at, like I said, 4:22 right now. This is what you're going to feel. Thank goodness it's not red. As we get a little bit closer to 5 and 6, we might see more of a red backup. But this is the trouble spot right here, guys. And as you can see, the backups occur where there is other freeways coming together, or sorry, in this case, it's roads. So we have right here a little bit of a hiccup. That's a stop sign, kind of. No, it is a stoplight now, right? So there's a stoplight right here. There's a stoplight right here. And there's a stoplight right here. So the stoplight is what's preventing the traffic from flowing openly. But let me tell you, there's enough accidents out this way. We don't need anybody going over 100 miles an hour. And once you get into town, this is super important, guys. Once you get into town, that's a whole nother story. If we are looking, once you get, because this is a stoplight right here too, right here, if this is important for you to get to this area, this area, this area, this area, it's going to add more time to your commute. If you are working in the greater Phoenix area, up in Maricopa County, and you're going to have to take that 347 to get to and from work, give us a call. Let's talk about maybe some options. My daughter goes into work at 6 a.m. If you have a job that you might be able to change some of your hours, that might work. So now that we've kind of gotten over the big negative hump, let's talk about the good stuff. The number one thing that Maricopa is known for is its affordability. And we'll get to the best part next. But affordability, let me tell you, when somebody calls me and says, I only have a budget of $400,000 or $450,000, I'm on Maricopa, you have a plethora of choices. Whether you're talking resale or you're talking new construction, here's my, again, I love giving you pros and cons. Pro, there is a ton of new construction that you can get rates in the threes right now at the time of this video. Amazing opportunity. But the newer construction is going to be further away from that road that I was just telling you. So the newer construction, you might have a lower monthly payment, but you have nothing in the backyard. You'll have to do that after closing. And you're going to have about I know that sounds funny, 7 minutes up to maybe 15 minutes to get to 347 and then drive that 35-minute drive into Chandler if that's where you need to go. So let's take a look. I took my daughter out here the other day, so might as well introduce you to my family. My daughter is thinking about buying a home, finally. And so I took her out here to Maricopa. She is a very unique situation. She's a single mom. She has a teenage son who's very active in football, and he's well established in school already in Chandler, Tempe area. So we have to take that into consideration. But let's take a look at this home. I fell in love with this floor plan. This is amazing. Tell me what you guys think. This is Richmond American. Let's show them what they got.
All right, I am here today with my daughter. Can you at least say hi? Hello. So we are shopping for a home for my daughter, and I thought I'd take you guys along. This is Richmond American, and they have some extremely affordable homes here in the city of Maricopa. And again, that's why I'm here with her. I love the cute little front porch. You could do so much here to enjoy your outdoors, and right now it's a beautiful spring day. I like this entrance. You know, it's not just a door, it's got a little space where you can put some decorations. And here we go. Oh, I'm loving it already. All right when you walk in. Now this is great. My daughter works from home 3 days a week. She's a hybrid employee. So, wow, you would have an office twice the size of mine, maybe 3 times the size of mine. This is gorgeous. Love the 10-foot ceilings. This, by the way, the home that we're looking for is in the $375 price point. She's looking for something where she can rent out some rooms and make a little extra money. And so we're going to be looking at a 4-bedroom. And this particular builder, which is Richmond American, is right now offering $3.99. Geez Louise, what are buyers waiting for? This is why we are here today. So even though, and that is for an FHA loan, and again, this is about how you are creative with what the builders are offering. With high credit score, I will qualify for that price. And although it only requires 3.5% down, I'll be putting down more money to make the payment even more affordable for her. I love this kind of drop and load. This is where you can drop your keys, backpack, whatever. Also some extra storage for some things here near the kitchen. We have a pantry here. I see a pantry. Digging that. Okay, we'll get to that eventually. I love how big this kitchen area is, don't you? Oh, she's loving it. She's loving it. We actually looked at some D.R. Horton homes, and I have to tell you guys, we were not happy with those at all. I really do like Richmond American. I know that during COVID, there was a lot of chaos with a lot of builders, and Richmond American definitely got some nicks to their ratings. But I have to tell you, today, when you're looking at affordability, affordable homes, entry-level homes, I believe Richmond American to be one of my most favorite. This is interesting. So this could be a pantry or a workspace, which they've obviously shown us. This could, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I spoke too soon. Look at this. It has both. Oh my gosh. Not only does it have a huge pantry, what? It has, I would change this though, instead of having this desk area here, although her son could do homework here, I'm sure he would just do it in his own room. You could do this a coffee station. I love the double ovens. I love the gas cooktop stove. Look at the cabinets, like how many there are, and the countertop. We are talking so much storage here, Monique. Oh my goodness. Love this. She's yelling in the master bedroom, the shower. I gotta check this out. Now, one of the things, I know a lot of people like the larger lots, but I have to tell you again, for my daughter's situation, oh my God, I've sold this home down in Santan Valley. Now that I'm looking at it, I love this floor plan. I love the smaller backyard. Less work to do, but look at how much you can still do out there. I don't know if I can look at this. Really big. I'm looking, go ahead out there. I am loving how big this door is. Now, this is a spec-only community. So we're gonna go look at a spec home here shortly. So what is in the house is what you get. Built-in barbecue. Look at, actually, that's a nice size side yard.
This is a good size yard.
This is a very nice size yard. She's looking at it from taking care of it. She right now rents a home in Chandler, and she hates taking care of the landscaping. Hey, it's your truth is your reality, right? Okay. This is such a nice little backyard. And she has 2 little dogs, so this would actually be perfect for the dogs. Like this size. These are the plants I was talking about, Monique. I like these.
I don't mind those.
She was saying she hates cactus. We're not a cactus family, but I said I really like these, but they're pointy at the top. So you still have to be careful, but I think they're pretty.
I prefer plants with no injury.
Yeah. You'd be surprised how much you have to maintain this, though. You couldn't ignore this. You'd still have to take care of it, sweetheart.
Yeah.
I like how, look at how
like how
big this is, right? Yeah, I really like this. You know, just, again, it will only come with concrete, and then you'd have to do this afterwards, but I like how big it is. Very big. Very big, big, big. I'll let you get that door for me. So when I sold this, now that I recognize this floor plan, when I sold this, the sellers loved the floor plan too. They just didn't care for the area. That's why I was selling the home for them, but it's very sectional. So, and I'll show our viewers. So in the middle there's a laundry room. So this laundry room is easy access to all the bedrooms. It kind of has 2 different wings. And if you include that front, because the client that I sold the house for, that front room was actually closed off to be another bedroom. So that's another, this is shown as a 3-bedroom den. No, it's a 2-bedroom den.
4-bedroom.
A 4-bedroom plus a den. Wow, this is a big house. Okay. She's shaking her head now. So anyways, let's just go through the laundry room here in the middle. Sink. Yeah, this is great. And this is so much bigger than what you got right now. So much bigger. Okay, so we have the laundry, we have storage, I'm guessing here. Yep. Nice size master bedroom. Nice, oh, I like, where do you go in? Check that out. I don't know if I like that black frame. It looks very manly.
I like that shower.
You do? Well, okay, she likes it. That's all that matters, right, guys? All right. Wow, you almost can't tell where you walk in. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. And it actually has a door.
It actually has a door. That's awesome. Oh, that needs to be aligned. That is not aligned well. But that's why it's also not shadowed. Well, yeah. So these are some of the things that you double check when you're doing your walkthrough. You wouldn't want that to happen. Also, right there, it kind of. I don't think it's supposed to do that. Needless to say, it is a very pretty shower. It's so funny. It's a different gold. I wonder how long this gold is going to stay in. That's all I'm going to say.
Is that more of a brass?
It's a champagne. That's what they call it, champagne. Yeah. Okay, we have a little water closet. It says, thank you for not using. And then we have the, got it, really nice size master closet. I think she's digging this house, guys. It might be worth that.
It's not the floor plan.
Well, okay. There, all right, so she, wah. This is not the floor plan that we're gonna look at for her. But you're still liking the idea.
I like this floor plan.
I like this floor plan. Okay, we're gonna go through this.
I like the feng shui.
The feng shui. This is a really nice size hall bathroom. Holy moly, look at how big that is. That's really, really nice. See, there's the trick.
Ceilings are high.
They're 10 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the trick. You do the shower curtain really high and it just makes it look so elegant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that shower.
Hey. Okay. Oh, this is slightly different than the home that I've been talking about, but it just shows kind of the options. Very nice size room, in my opinion.
Yes.
Decent. The higher ceilings make it feel good. You know what I mean? Nice size bedroom here. I wonder if they have this available though in a spec, because I like this floor plan. Okay, that's it, guys. This is a very, very nice home.
Okay, that model was just blew me away. Now, bring her down a little. Let's go take a look at the spec home. This is a home that could close next month. Low interest rate. I know I could get a refrigerator, washer, dryer. I'll bet you I could even get window blinds, and I can also get them to pay for closing costs. I'm telling you, we can get some smoking deals right now. We've had a lot to celebrate this year. The builders are being super amazing. So let's check out the actual spec home. Tell me what you think.
All right, here is the spec home. I love that it still has the front little porch. And here we have, now this is a little narrower of a front door. Okay, we have one bedroom. It sure looks different when there's no furniture in here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a front room right here. Hard to tell the size, but it's decent. And then we have nice size hall bath. Could do that long, tall shower curtain. Nice size bathroom, or sorry, bedroom again.
That has a really big closet.
A really big, I was gonna say, usually when it has these doors, yeah. That's not, oh yeah, that is a really nice size big closet, hard to show when there's nothing in there. Need to add ceiling fans. I'm gonna say these are 9-foot ceilings instead of the 10. We have another little area. Garage. Cool. This is the 2-car garage. Ooh, you got a waterless tank out here, bum. 2-car garage. Waterless tank, side door, that's a nice plus. The water heater would eventually go there. And it's plumbed for a water softener. Excuse me. Nice little door there. Gate, I mean. Yep. Just put rocks here. That's all you really could do. You know? Yeah. And then we have this separate room. This would be great for roommate situation. Potentially get a little bit more money. Yeah. Or she also has a teenager. So this is great too. Okay. Separate living space. Yeah. Laundry room over here. Bare minimum. And storage closet. Really nice. Open floor plan. We have the salesperson here. You can wave hi. They're very helpful here, guys. I love this open, again, just really nice open area, right? I like this. I do. I love the double sliders. I like the double sliders, Monique. Or it's not a double slider. It looks like a double slider. It's center meat slider. Center meat extra wide slider. They all have their own names. Just enough to get that AC over there. I'm gonna go check it out real quick. Since we're actually looking at maybe buying this spec home, I just want to check it out. I just wonder how even that is. Level. We want to make sure it's level. That's something we would have the inspector verify. I can't tell if that's on dirt or if it's on a pad. Anyways, that's what the inspector will verify. We want to make sure that that is level so that obviously when that fan is going, it isn't exerting the wrong energy. Rock is about the only thing you can put on the side here, but back here would be just perfect for all kinds of ideas. And this whole neighborhood is single level, so that's really nice. We could build, our own little shade structure of a sort right there. This is really nice. It's kind of like a grayish. It's a gray, but it still could go beige.
To see the filters in here.
Yeah.
And like I can change it myself.
You okay with a normal shower?
I mean,
She could make it work.
it is what it is. No, I like it.
Nice size master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this house, but I don't have to be the one to live there. And again, because she has a teenager, there's a lot of other factors to consider. So let's talk about, though, you as a buyer from another state, you're moving into the greater Phoenix area and you're looking for something affordable. You're looking for good schools, right? You're looking for things for kids to do. I'm telling you, this city delivers. So we're going to break it down for you. First of all, the public schools, not so great. There's 2 high schools out here now. The elementary schools, the public schools, like I said, they're really not very good ratings. I'm not going to lie to you. No filter, girl, right here. But I have to say, there are some phenomenal charter schools that have very top rated scores. But here's the thing that as I started to do more research, because I have a little in my grandson, and I always look at things from their perspective. They have a 4.5-year-old, and a little baby. Anyways, they have micro schools out here. Do you know what micro schools are? These are very small student to teacher ratios that have even some custom created curriculum program for children. If you are going more the language arts, or if you're looking more towards maybe STEM, I know my grandson, who's 4.5, he's super, super into chemistry and science. So I know we know that that's what gets him ticking and excited about school. So having a program like this in one of the micro schools is insane. If you want to go online and do a little bit of research, people don't know about this. I'm telling you. There's so many great things out here. The micro schools out there that I'm aware of is Anchor. Another one is called Prenda. And then for middle school, there's another one called Field of Vision. And I bet you if you call those schools too and asked if there was any other ones that you should do some research, I think that they all collaborate and work together. I'm telling you, this city has set miles apart from any other city that is focused on children. I just am so excited about this. So if you're thinking of starting a family, growing your family, already have a young family, you're going to love everything Maricopa has to offer. Now, again, some people are like, yeah, but they don't have good schools, because they're looking at the public schools, but they don't see the totality of it all. I just am amazed at the programs that they have out here. And here is the next part that I want to share with you. This is about all the activities, because we all know that social environment is so important for child development. We know what COVID did, but we know, again, now, even more so, what helps create those vibrant minds, the creativities, even children that need some sort of, special education or programs to assist them. I am telling you, social activity is so important. So let's break that down for you guys right now. My favorite part of Maricopa, first of all, there are parks throughout the entire community. There are so many different communities that have pools, parks, playgrounds, areas for kids to catch bugs and play soccer and just kind of, have fun as kids should. But one of the things that they offer in the city of Maricopa that is not, in my opinion, nowhere else, is called Copper Sky Community Center. And I know that just sounds like a community center, and what's the big deal? There are social clubs in the other parts, kind of in the ritzy parts of the greater Phoenix area. These private clubs, social clubs, activity clubs, golf clubs, right? And they're very, very expensive. The city of Maricopa has combined efforts with a community called Copper Sky, but everybody in Maricopa has access to this, and the fees are nominal. Check out these fees. You can't even join a gym for these rates. It's unbelievable. And you can also buy a family, or you could buy 2 if you're just a couple, or you could buy a single one. And they even have free day passes, just to let you know, that was free day passes. Anyways, but from the activities that they offer the children, let's just talk about the facility itself. They have childcare, so if mom and dad want to work out in the gym, which, by the way, it has an indoor track. Mike, that's just crazy. all kinds of programs for the adults, so children can be watched if they're little, or if they're a little bit older. They also have like dancing programs. They have swimming programs, so important in Arizona. Let's talk about that pool. Is that pool not insane? Not only do they have swim lessons, but they also have swim club. They also have diving club. They also have the fun stuff with lifeguards, guys. At HOA community pools, they don't have lifeguards. So I love that extra level of security. Oh my gosh, I just remember growing up when I was little and having Mom, can I have some money to go buy some candy or a soda? Or of course, today it's probably, can I have an apple? But having that concession stand right there, having public bathrooms, clean public bathrooms that are being monitored, the safety aspect, the fence, the community, I'm just telling you, this is an HOA on steroids, and it's available to all the residents. They have Little League programs over here for the kids. They have flag football, 5 years old to 17 for co-ed, boys and girls. They have softball, they have volleyball, they have basketball. They have basketball broken up into different age categories, and it's all co-ed. So you have the 5-year-olds playing with the 5, 6-year-olds, and the 10 to 12-year-olds, the 10, 12-year-olds. It is so amazing. They have swim classes. I already talked about that. And then in addition to this community center, on the outside, they have tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts. They have a lake. They have dog park. They have what's that called? A disc golf. I don't think the kids are going to play that, but mom and dad need some entertainment too. And I mean, there's just so many things right here at Copper Sky. So when people ask me, which HOA is best, I'm like, what are you looking for? And again, we probe people. That sounds so funny. When you give us a call to set up a buyer consultation, it's not just about, let's talk about which is the best HOA or where can you get this new home, because you can find all that stuff online. This is very different than any other realtor does. Set up the Zoom call with us. You know how you do that? First, you go to our amazing website, Go Arizona Real Estate. The Go is kind of my logo. Go get them, everyone. Life is short. All right, go. You can go to buyer resources. This is super easy. Just fill out the form down here below. I'm ready to take this to the next step. Super easy. It asks you some basic questions. Then we'll reach out to you and we'll set up a meeting and we'll have that buyer consultation. Or you can also go to do the search. You can go to search by map area. If Maricopa is not the right spot for you, you can check around, let's say Mesa or Apache Junction. A lot of people compare Santan Valley. Or of course, you could just subscribe to my channel here so that you're notified every time we release a new video. And like I said, we're doing a whole series right now of the Southeast Valley. Or if you'd like to actually do a search, let's see where that is. It's everywhere on here. You can go to buyer resources. And there you go. You can start your home search. Another thing is we have an amazing relocation guide, free. Just fill out your information. You can download that. It has a ton of information. It gives you a real quick synopsis of what each area has to offer and what that price point might be if you're looking for things. Here's the thing. The greater Phoenix area, in my opinion, in almost every single price point, you can buy a home. It's just a matter of how old the home is or what the size of the home is. The biggest bang for your buck in the entire greater Phoenix area is the city of Maricopa. Not kidding you. All right, let's get to the next couple of areas that I want to talk about for the older kids. Now, the older kids, believe it or not, we don't have a shopping mall in Maricopa. That probably isn't going to happen. Shopping malls aren't being built anymore, right? But they do have something that I think is super cool that nobody else really has, and that's the casino. And I know you're probably thinking, what? Well, a casino that has a geared towards, they are very community focused. Let me tell you, when you buy a Christmas tree out here, it's going to be probably at the casino. They do Christmas trees there. They do also health fairs and other festivals and fairs. They're very, very community focused. They also have a bowling alley. They have a movie theater. They even have an arcade. How cool is that? And they have laser tag. So again, for teen activity, you have, again, some of the club sports. And then you also have some of these areas, for, older kids. Also for the teenagers, the plus is, like I said, this is a very family focused community. And when I say it like this, there's not a lot of other distractions. It's family first, family. There are several different churches out here too. If you're looking for youth programs, literally Catherine, Catherine. That's Catholic and Lutheran combined together. Catholic, Lutheran, LDS, Christian, non-denominational. There's a lot of different choices. And literally, I feel like every single one of the churches have youth programs as well. It is so family focused. If you want to move to a big city and not be in a big city, this is it. The only negative is, again, we're going to talk about that, is that 347 for jobs. Your kids can get plenty of jobs in Maricopa, whether you're talking fast food or you're talking at the grocery stores. I think my son started as a bagger and my daughter was a host at a hair place. Like, I mean, that's the same choices that you're going to get down there. But again, I don't see a lot of employment coming to Maricopa. This would be ideal for mom and dad that work from home or have even some flex hours. So for instance, my daughter, I think I mentioned, she starts work at 6 a.m. My son actually starts work at 6:30 a.m. They get off at like 3:30. And so they get to be home with their kids. That's what the whole preface of that is. They like to get home when the kids want to play. And it's not just mommy, daddy go to work and then never get to see the kids, right? If you could make that happen with your employer and worked up in the Chandler, Gilbert, Tempe area, because that's where most of the jobs are, the 347, in my opinion, it's doable. You're just going to find something to entertain you and don't speed. Not because of tickets, but because it's a dangerous road. There are a lot of younger, I don't want to say teens, but I feel like there are road rage people on 347. It just gets to you. That's one of the reasons why I moved to Phoenix, because I didn't like to live in California where all the traffic was. If you just have that mindset on that road, you should be okay. Just don't speed. Let's talk about other day-to-day living needs and wants for where you call home. Maricopa, again, it has built a city. So not only does it have grocery stores and there's already a Home Depot and there is going to be a Lowe's and there's already a Walmart, but there's hotels already here. There are all kinds of restaurants, not just the fast food. Like, you have your plethora of fast food restaurants, but there are cold beer and cheeseburgers. Also, I forgot to mention Sprouts, if you really need that Sprouts. So there's a Fry's, a Bash's, and the Sprouts in reference to the grocery stores. And then, like I said, the cold beer and cheeseburgers, that's a big hit, guys. You have to know. Nando's, which is a new Mexican food restaurant out there. Nando's is a family here in the greater Phoenix area, and they opened up a location there. I'm telling you, when you start to see things opening up out there like this is when it really puts the city on the map. And here's a nice little treat for adults that love country music. There is going to be a new country bar in town. And I got some B-roll. It's still under construction. It'll be opening up in a few weeks. By the time you get out here, I'm pretty sure it's going to be open and you're going to love yourself some live country music. And they're super, super family friendly. And so the kids are going to enjoy it as well. So something for mom and dad to do definitely out here. There is always something going on. There's festivals that pop up out here. There is truck events, the food truck event, sorry. Then there's all kinds of storage. If you need extra storage, don't buy a house to put more of your junk. You're going to want to purge wherever you're coming from. Purge, purge, purge. So you just bring your basics. But I get that you want to maybe have some things, but don't store them in your house. Put them in one of the mini storage places. If you're thinking of an RV, I get this all the time too. A lot of families have RVs and they love camping. RVs, even if it has an RV, not an RV garage, an RV gate, you cannot park your RV at the house. So if you were thinking of an RV on-site storage, you're going to want to buy a home that has an RV garage. At the time of this video, there are none on the market, but they pop up and go off real quick. So if that's really important to you, let us know. Again, that's why you got to give us a call ahead of time and we can start like getting to the nitty-gritty on what's important to you. There's so many amazing things for all ages, whether you're growing a family or, finishing up the family. Like, this is going to be your forever spot. You're going to love calling the city of Maricopa home. It's nice and quiet. If you want to go hiking, you're not too far away from some of the mountains in the area. There's in-city trail systems and walkways throughout. Even the Copper Sky community has beautiful trails to go through there. And again, it's clean, it's safe, it's well lit. There's a lot of great gas stations. There's a lot of hair salons. There's physical therapists. There's dentists. Everything you can possibly need in the city. The only thing it does not have yet, I shouldn't say the only thing, the things that it does not have, doesn't have a Costco, doesn't have a Sam's Club, and it doesn't have a Trader Joe's yet. And it probably won't see any of those for a really long time. The resident count is not there yet. You'd be surprised at how big the city has to get before they get one of those. Here's another tip that I know everybody gravitates towards new construction. And note that that is a good 7 to 15 minutes. I know you're cracking up at the 7 minutes, 7 to 15 minutes away from 347. So that's going to add on to any travel time to get up into Maricopa. So for instance, if you live in one of the newer communities, like even the lakes of Rancho El Dorado, that's almost 10 minutes up to all the shopping. It's not the end of the day. If you are just doing everything and you're 10 minutes away from everything, that's not so bad. But if you're driving again back up into the Phoenix area, it adds to that commute. If you are buying in Tortosa, like that's even further. And then there's a couple other ones that are even like 15 minutes plus away. So if you want to go get a pizza in town or go pick up something, you're talking at least a 40-minute jaunt to go there. Well, more like an hour to drive up there, get everything you need, and then to drive back home. That's not as convenient as you might find in some of the other cities. So one of the things I want to talk about is resale. So a lot of people don't see what we see on the pictures of MLS. Most of those homes that are close to 347, a couple of things. If they were built anywhere between 2002 and 2006, know that that home has probably gone through a lot of stress. Those were the homes that were hit the hardest during the market crash in 2008. So they were unattended for. A lot of investors bought those homes and they've been rentals and they haven't been properly maintained. Or there are people that, maybe they were the second or third buyer from those and they still haven't been taken care of, meaning the roofs are still original. The ACs are still original. Look, when somebody tells you, yeah, it's 20 years old, but it works until it doesn't, right? Everything has a life expectancy. And let me tell you, the roof materials that they were using back then, they've expired. Okay. And the same thing with an AC. It might be working, but when it's July and August, and I'm telling you, summers ain't no joke. When it's going like this and it's trying to cool the house, don't laugh at me, guys, but when it's working like this, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to break. And it's such an old AC that nobody has the part. And it takes 2 weeks to, anyways, you get my point. So be very careful at the homes that you're looking at online. That's why you got to call us. Because let me tell you, before you even look at a home, we will vet the property. We make sure you know going into it what's expected from your perspective as a buyer. Even though we can get you a smoking deal, nobody wants that additional stress, pain, cost, etc., even if it's a smoking deal. So anyways, new versus resale, there's a lot of conversation there, guys, especially in the city of Maricopa. You just have to give us the call so we can do that buyer consultation and have that conversation with you. We do hundreds of relocations every single year. We are the #1 relocation team in Arizona. And I promise you, we are going to make you think about things that you haven't thought about. So we're going to help you get from where you're at to where you want to be in the smoothest possible way. So you just got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got you back when moving to Arizona. And if you are thinking of raising a family and Maricopa is at the top of your list, I'm in agreement with you.